remote, the only options that are lit up are the only options that you can use given the current situations based on the robot and the bed. So right now, the robot is on, the bed is on, and the only two options are to pair to the robot or to use standalone mode. Standalone would be if you are doing a general surgery case without the robot. For this purpose, I'm just going to show you how to pair to the robot. So I would just press this, integrated table motion, you have to press pair. And now the entire remote is lit up, so you can use the entirety of the remotes. Up here you have the exact values of degrees, articulations for slide, Trendelenburg, all of that. Okay. Show it up on the screen right here. Okay. You can see if it's charging. It also has 18 hours of battery life, so it's working on battery. You can see a battery indicator right there. Okay. Shows you patient orientation. The remote is going to be laid out from anesthesia's perspective, so you have slide to the head is down here, slide to the foot is right here.
Makes sense.
And then that's kind of how it's It goes to 45-degree Trendelenburg. Anti-collision, so if it were to accidentally almost hit the base, it will stop before it does.
So it senses it before you even get to it?
It senses itself in the floor. So right now it's saying, let's see what degree it's at. It's saying table movement is limited in this direction.
Because you need to slide it to get there.
It would hit the floor. So it's saying you can slide up more if you want to go into more Trendelenburg.
Right now it's like 35 or something.
This is 42.
42, okay.
Yes, and then I'm going to go all the way to 45 just to show you. Yes, that's 45.
Okay.
It has a 1,000-pound weight capacity, including slide.
In Trendelenburg and in the fully slid position?
So, yes, it does. There is something also called anti-tip prevention built into the bed. So if you have a top-heavy patient, and you're sliding to the head, the table will actually notify you if it's starting to sense that it could tip, become a little bit unbalanced, and the remote will stop and it will tell you limited table motion given the conditions, please slide back to the foot. Okay. So this headrest is dual articulating. So there's a lever, little lever right here. Okay. So if I were to press it and control it with the side rail, you can move it up. So if you have a patient in lateral, if instead of using rolls pillows, you can move it up like this. So yes, any position you need, and you let go of this little hydraulic button and it will just stop into place. There's also a built-in donut into the head pad right here. Integrated table motion, which is when you have the robot docked to the patient and you are wanting to move the table while the robot is docked. So first, there are 3 conditions that must be met in order for the table to actually move. One is that you can only have 3 arms docked in the patient. If you have all 4, you have to remove one. And
in order to reposition like into steep Trendelenburg and such. Okay.
So the reasoning behind this is just for safety. They want to guarantee that both instruments are in the surgeon's hands, they're in their field of view, and that their head is also in the console.
It detects that too?
It will detect, because there's a little sensor on the side of this column, on this right here. So if the surgeon moves their head out, it will not move. Okay. And it will also sense if their hands are in front of their field of view and holding onto the instruments.
Okay, so because they can only have 3 docked to have all of those.
Yes, so it will be 2 instruments in the scope.
Okay.
The 4th arm would have to be removed if you're using it.
Okay.
So as long as all 3 of those conditions are met, whenever a robot is docked to the patient, as I said, this remote is smart, so it will only light up the buttons that can be used given the current situation. So when the robot is docked to the patient, the only button that will light up is this DV button right here. So if you're in a case, the robot is docked to the patient, and the surgeon says, I need a little bit more Trendelenburg, you would press this DV button.
The one that pairs usually.
That usually pairs, and then it will give you an audio feedback. It will say, Da Vinci is ready for motion, table is ready for motion, and then you can articulate the table with the arms docked in the patient.
And it will restrict the motions according to those terms needing to be met, so no injury can occur to the patient.
Yes. And then afterwards, you would just press this again when you're done with the movement, and then the surgeon can continue the procedure.
Because they can't continue the procedure till you press that button to say movement has been completed.
Yes. So that's kind of all you would be pressing. You have these articulations right here. You have to press this key first, and then you can slide the bed or move the bed however you need to. After about 30 seconds, this light will turn off, and then you would have to press it again.